On September 2nd, 2025, Trump announced that U.S. military forces conducted what he called a kinetic strike against a boat in international waters, killing 11 people. Not enough people are talking about this, and I gave it a few days, and now I realize we really need to talk about this because Trump claimed they were drug smugglers from Venezuela and they were in a gang, Tren de Aragua. But this incident raises profound questions about the rule of law, due process, and the limits of presidential power. Here's what we know. The strike occurred in the Southern Caribbean, in international waters. Trump posted video footage of the attack on social media, showing a small vessel being destroyed by what appears to be a missile or a bomb. Secretary of State Marco Rubio later confirmed that U.S. forces could have stopped the boat, but chose to destroy it instead, to send a deterrent message. They chose to kill rather than to apprehend. And here is a truly critical fact that should not go without examination. The administration has not provided any legal details or justification for this strike. Under U.S. law, the president must either have congressional authorization for military action or act in immediate self-defense. Neither applies here. Drug smuggling, while serious, does not authorize summary execution by military force. Legal experts are calling this a clear violation of both U.S. and international law. Under the Fifth Amendment, there is a guarantee that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. These individuals were given no trial, no opportunity to surrender, and furthermore, only Congress can authorize acts of war. This wasn't self-defense, it was a deliberate choice to kill. These were violations of international law as well. The UN Convention on the Law of the Sea requires cooperation and boarding procedures for maritime interdiction, not summary destruction. International law experts have even stated that lethal force in maritime interdiction must comply with the right to life and law enforcement necessity and proportionality standards. But the administration is putting up a terrorist designation smokescreen. They are claiming they had the authority because they designated Tren de Aragua as a foreign terrorist organization. But legal experts are clear. FTO designation does not alone authorize military force. Constitutional law experts have stated any use of the military except in self-defense to an actual attack requires express congressional statutory authorization. The administration is essentially arguing they can label anyone a terrorist and then execute them without trial. This is not how American law works. Even if we accept the administration's terrorism framing, where is the evidence? There has been no proof provided that these individuals were actually Tren de Aragua members. No evidence shown of the alleged drugs, despite Trump's claims of massive amounts. And Venezuela disputes the video, calling it potentially AI generated. There was no attempt to communicate with or warn the vessel before attacking. We're supposed to just trust Trump's word that 11 people deserved to die. Furthermore, this sets a terrifying precedent. If a president can unilaterally decide to kill people in international waters based on unproven allegations, where does it end? Today, it's alleged drug smugglers. Tomorrow, it could be anyone the administration labels a threat. This is exactly the kind of unchecked executive power the Constitution was designed to prevent. Here's what's crucial. While the Supreme Court may have granted presidents immunity from prosecution, that immunity does not extend to those who carry out illegal orders. Military personnel who participated could face legal consequences. Cabinet officials who authorized this could also be prosecuted. This was not a lawful order under U.S. or international law. The Nuremberg Principles established that following orders is not a defense for war crimes or illegal killings. So here's what needs to happen. There must immediately be a congressional investigation. Congress must immediately investigate the legal authority for this strike. Furthermore, there must be an international inquiry. The UN should investigate this as a potential violation of international law. And finally, the administration must provide evidence supporting their claims. We need transparency and accountability. Those who authorized illegal killings must face consequences. Drug trafficking is a serious crime that deserves a potential response, but crimes do not justify summary execution. That is not justice. That is a vigilante justice system with missiles, and we cannot normalize extrajudicial killings by our government. The moment we accept that presidents can unilaterally decide who lives and who dies based on unproven allegations is the moment we cease to be a nation of laws. This isn't about being tough on drugs. It's about whether America still believes in due process, the rule of law, and basic human rights. The answer to that question will define what kind of country we are. So here's what you can do. Contact your representatives. Demand answers. Demand accountability. Democracy dies when we stop demanding that our leaders follow the law. Make sure you're subscribed for more and leave questions in the comments if you have them. Thanks for being here.